So, hello Sagittarius, how you doing? I'm here with your May monthly reading. And for the month of May, it's going to be a reading based on your the spiritual guidance that's around you, the spiritual guidance energy that's around you. This going to kind of hopefully reveal, I'm going to talk from the point of view, most likely of the storyline. Definitely about the type of energy the situation be in. How much you recognize or become aware is really up to you. This video is designed to help you out, if you could recognize if it resonates with you. To help you out, to grow stronger in your situations as you walk your life, as you hear. To help. It's either going to do 9 out of 10, either one or two things. It's either going to make you spiritually stronger or spiritually weak. And that just depends on your output of the situation. And that just goes within the journey of any kind of spiritual journey. To be honest, it's not just about my readings. It's about any kind of spiritual journey. So, I already had cards already laid out for this reading, Sagittarius. So I won't bore you too much, but hopefully these messages, I just want to give a little bit of insight and beginning of how the reason I'm talking the way that I'm talking, so my audience can grasp my theme for the month. Okay. So Sagittarius, the first oracle card that came out for this energy is thundering and lighting. And I feel like is many feelings that's coming around. One is like the challenge of an ego. Another one is almost like it's going to be a trial, but at the same time it's a trial. You more conscious on the testimony. Now it's kind of like a as above and so below type of thing. Also, what I'm getting out of this is hitting a dark point. Or something getting created to actually disrupt you for a little bit. Maybe for about maybe a few days, 3 or 4 days out of the month. This situation going to be kind of heavy on you a lot. That's what I'm feeling coming off the thunder and the lightning. Now, the other card that came out to also help me remain focused into this type of energy, right? It's almost like right here, your guidance is going to require your manipulation. And it feels like with this card that came out, it's called the Witch. The earthly weaver of the worlds, right? And what is coming off with this one, I guess, is more or less like it's kind of the assurance of your guidance going to be there for the manipulation. So, the results, I think is really laying into the results or how you feeling or how you're going to progress through. For example, like I said, you get a situation that's really irritating you. Because it's going to last 3 to 4 days, you might not want to enjoy those 3 to 4 days. But, it's, 30 days at least, and 31 in May, one of the two, right? I think it's 31, right? I'm not sure right now. But it's one of those numbers, right? And having 3 days, that's leaving you with the odds between 27 and 28 days to be sadly alright. So, maintaining, basically, I guess the thing is, for maybe for this Sagittarius, how far deep you might fall deep into the situation, how you might beat yourself up, go through shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or how you release it, or how you conversate it. You know, those things might be something that you might want to be conscious of if the message resonates for you, right? If it comes to you, be like, you know what, for real, it is say it's going to be a few days. I do got the rest of the month. I can profit off of those. You know, I could capitalize off of one of those other days. Everything ain't meant to be perfect. You know, to give an example up in the situation, right? So, you know, probably as I go along, I'll be referencing back and forth throughout the cards, right? I'm going to go ahead and get into the tarot message here, and I have these cards already laid out. So what we're starting with in this story, right? We're starting with the moon. The moon is like the situation that's going on, right? So the moon is also being clarified with the Nine of Swords. And that's really a unique communication, because it's more or less like it's calling out, it's aligning the situations accordingly, meaning that this person, like, it's okay. Within the reading, there's so many situations that's going on. So the moon and the Nine of Swords is coming off as, for me, is coming off as there's many different situations. It's so broad, and I'm not going to consume a video time with all the many different situations. I will pick them as randomly. But it's also with the Nine of Swords being clarified with it. Hold on. I know I'm probably not the only one, but I tell you, sometimes when you have outside interference, it shifts your energy when you're in the midst of recording a video. I know I'm not the only one. It just does. And I guess I'm saying that because I was in the moon, you know, energy, and then, you know, the Nine of Swords being there, which it depends on the reader and how they do it. Nine of Swords is definitely in the nine field somewhere. But yeah. So like I was saying, it's also about submission with this moon card and Nine of Swords. It's a submission. It's a submission lesson of what is conscious and what is not conscious. Could it be the technique? I would definitely consider the technique based on the situation that anybody is in. But it's a submission. Now the thing is, I'm using the term submission, but for you to, you know, if you indulge in and enjoying the message, when the word submission come up to you, what are the relatable words that comes with it? Those also is a pure guidance coming from like the Nine of Swords, right? And with the moon card, meaning it's distributing that idea. It's not the fact you meant to see or you not meant to see. Once again, this is all about me structuring reading to be in a universal way, a way to where you take the information you build up and you learn about yourself. So this is the meaning of guiding you to learn about yourself. And like I said, the moon and the nine of swords is really the introduction. All right. So what is now rolling into the depth of it, as we keep continuing on, we have the Justice card. And the Justice card is here with the Six of Wands. And what I'm feeling off of the Six of Wands and the Justice card is this temperament. I know temperance is not here, but it's really a temperament that needs to be here, right? This situation, this energy has a temperament. That's also something to consider. Though I would not advise anybody to self-indulge in trying to find a temperament, but you're more than welcome to. It will only create some type of bond once again. Whether you bonding more with yourself on a spiritual aspect, embracing it on growth, whether you give thanks to deities, whatever your format and formula might be. But this Justice and this Six of Wands is a significant energy that's going to play a role in the situation of the thunder and lightning and the guidance. It's something definitely that can rub you. You know, like I gave an example before of something disturbing for 3 to 4 days, right? This is up underneath of that energy. But it's not even just that. It's also all about taking that one-on-one time. Going to be something, what I mean is somebody being confronted with learning the lesson of quitting and being tired. And when you want to be transitioning within expanding, whichever one is suitable, transition or expanding, sometimes the tired and the quitting part of it kind of get a little bit merged together. And it can bring about an energy of feeling lost, or where do I go, or I'm a failure. You know, those type of things. And that is something that you might need to be conscious of, the emergence of this energy. And it's not really wrong that the energy is merging. The thing is, why is the energy merging? Is it to give you that confidence and give you that reassurance? You know, because how perfect can you be? And sometimes if you know you're imperfect, then the room for failure got to be there. But instead of calling it failure because you recognize the imperfection, you just say, okay, I quit. But I'm going to continue to pursue this. So, and that's where the story is continuing, piggybacking off with the energy from the Nine of Swords and the Moon. Because you got to make sure you put yourself in the right perspective. But the key element of this energy is going to definitely balance that. Is a balancing act. That's, a great sign to be looking for. And meaning that if it's all about your guardians trying to make a wish come true, a prayer come true, a manifestation come true, whatever is the proper word for it, you still on one side of the scale and they on one side of the scale. And if it's a manifestation, maybe they trying to have you earn something, especially if earning with the Six of Wands is a core value for you. If you feel like somebody, the humans among you, the world you interact in, has to earn something in order to get somewhere, they could be tied into that energy. So try not to forget that part in the scales, or balance the scales, right? So the next card that we're getting led to is the Nine of Pentacles, and that is with the Ten of Swords. So that can already go with a little bit of my speech about the failure and everything like that. I feel like it does. I just really do. And maybe because it's the format of the way that I pull the cards out, or just the energy is just flowing. But one thing about this Nine of Pentacles is that I feel that is coming off of it is, don't forget it's a difference between living and guardian angels. One thing in this world, right? This the Ten of Swords aspect. This the shitty of the run of the thought of it, right? One thing in this world, interaction requires responsibility to some degree. When it comes to power, which is with thunder and lightning, what responsibility is really there? So you're either going to have that imagination, and it's going to have to be one that's strong and enforceable. And if you know that you get disappointed, and when things don't go your way, you have hardships, make sure that you factor those things in when you're looking at things from a disciplinary and power point of view when it comes to responsibility. I think that is something very important in feeding back and forth, even to, and what makes it so more important, if you is on a path of trying to learn how to gain inner peace within the spiritual world, that is a very important tool to have to balance out right there. So the next card we have is the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. And once again, I'm going to the cards, but I feel like I'm so much translating the message before I get to the cards, right? It almost just makes me want to go to the next set, which I am. I'm going to just go ahead and include the last two cards in it. And that is the Hierophant and the Two of Pentacles. So, and I think that's kind of good. And maybe that's what the Three of Pentacles wanted me to do. Because I done talked about the Justice, which I done incorporated with your guardian angels and yourself. So now the Three of Pentacles is here now. You know, I had a way to go ahead and scoop up the last one at Hierophant. That's the foundation of it all. And what I mean is, whether it's an institution, the event happened at, as a school, a concert, whether you call it a private home, as far as it relates to your friends, your lovers, you know, just any of those simple situations. Whether you whatever those are for you, even in contracts, whether you have your own business, this is a collaboration. Is with the Two of Pentacles there, there's definitely a transition, a expansion, a resolution, a revolution, a progressive, a procedure, a process. Is not, I can't say it's about the speed or the width of the speed really counts in this. The time of it really doesn't. I don't feel like it does. Not as much as the quantitative evaluation to the quality. And what I mean by that is more than one situation that's going to create a transition for yourself, a turnaround for yourself, a goal to be accomplished. Like I gave a prime example. If your goal is inner peace, okay, Well, these is going to be a couple of lessons that come back to back. So do you want to call it a crash course? Do you want to call it you are the teacher and the student? So if you're looking about the passing and the failing, yeah, that's it. Do you want to call it a MUA, a makeup artist? Do you want to call it a painter? Whatever is suitable for you, I might be coming up as even I say those. It's just nothing but clues to help you out. But it's also what's going to make the intensity and the curiosity either continue to travel on your spiritual journey or make you take a break. So I feel like for this month right here, Sagittarius, the advice that's coming up for you on your spiritual journey and with your guardians is they have a test for you. They're going to want to try to figure out whether or not you really want to be on some challenging changes, or they're going to come and see how content you are at the stage you at. And it's going to be in multiple ways. Some of them are going to be designed for you to take a break. Whether you had the strength or the courage to take a break is one thing. What do strength and courage got so much to do in the spiritual world? It definitely does have a way to help regulate your anxiety as a human and everything else. So, you know, I'm hoping that helped. That feel like all that I got coming out right now at this point in time. So Sagittarius, good luck to you for the month of May.